Oregon is one of the staple maps in Rainbow Six Siege, perfect for 1v1s and balanced in ranked, so you need to know this map if you want to push up the champ. So what's up, I'm BnFire with Outlast, and today I'm going to be giving you guys important tips you need to know to win Oregon every single time. Stay till the end because the last tip will blow your mind. First tip is spawn peaks. Man count is very important in Siege, so getting a kill early on can set the tone for the round and possibly win it for you. A really good one for street spawn is coming down below the car garage and doing punch holes. You can come lay right around here and punch some holes out. This gives you visions behind this police van, which they're going to be coming from after clearing the spawn peak on balcony that everyone likes to do. But you won't be there because you're going to be laying down watching a punch hole in car garage. You'll never see this one coming. Another great one is right above car garage and armory. You're going to prep this window and watch to the back of this SWAT van. They're going to be coming out of here when they're trying to avoid the balcony spawn peak because, again, everyone spawn peaks that. So a lot of the bots will come through this back area and you just serve them up a nice headshot. What are they going to do about it? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the balcony spawn peak I'm talking about. You're literally going to get pre-fired every single time when you get to the higher ranks. So just go ahead and stop doing this one. It's trash. If you really want to catch one of them lacking, come to this window. You're going to prep it. And as soon as you hear anyone coming anywhere near this van, you're going to hop out, look left, and shit on them every single time. Every single time. If that's too close for comfort and you want to be further away from the danger, coming over here to bottom right window is going to do you plenty. Prep this window just like the one before, hop on cams, and if someone's not being able to watch your cams for you or they shoot cams out of spawn like usual, if you just have someone playing over there around balcony, if they hear anyone hop on van, tell them to let you know and you hop out and look left. It's so free. For some other ones for bonus spawn peaks, these are less spawn peaks and more early round peaks, but hitting this right here and just waiting for them to run across, they'll almost never be waiting for this. They do sometimes in the higher ranks, but anything below emerald, diamond, and you'll be okay. They'll never see this one coming. I do this every single rank game and it works almost every single time. It's unbelievable. Another great one is if they go to the other side of the window where you can't see them, you can shit on them from right here. They're gonna repel up this little thing or then come right around and come to this window, which gives you yet another free kill. But last one, because I don't want to bore you guys, is if you want to spawn peek this door over here, you can see them running up this dirt path and you can see them when they're running across to go to the other dirt path. Also, if you look hard right, you can see them come up this little staircase over here. It's the freest kill. A lot of this stuff, we'll get a kill over here and they'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go refrag him out, right, to come kill you. And if you drop this, hit one of these, you get a free kill right here if they're on the balcony or if they're coming from, again, this little staircase over here. My next tip is correct site setups. If your site is set up wrong, the opposing team will take advantage of that and raw dog your elo. Stop doing shit like this. Instead, here's a basic site setup for dorms and basement. I like to do left side because you never want to give them an angle in the closet because we're going to be opening up closet as well. This doesn't require a mirror, but mirror is really strong down here and I suggest putting it either on this wall or in here in closet, but we're not there yet. You need to rotate in between sites because in every site in the game, you need to have flow in your site setups. If not, you're going to make it very chunky and clanky to get around and it's going to get you killed more times than not. But here, you want to open up this left side. Some people do the right side. I don't see it, bro. I think this is way better because you get to come from the rotate and you're still safe. There's no way you can get shot and killed from this being right here. So if they're pushing over here, there's no chance. There's just no chance they're killing you from this. And you get vision in the freezer without sacrificing getting killed from this wall because this wall's gonna be protecting you. Because if this wall isn't there, you can see all the way to the back of freezer. And as a defender with a one-time scope and not a 2.5, you don't want that to happen. But say I'm playing in elbow, which we need to rotate because what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Smoke doesn't have a shield anymore, but if you can get one of your teammates to bring a shield, it's gonna make it way easier to hold elbow. But coming from elbow, you can swing this, you can swing this, and this. It's so free. But that's just that site. Up here, you're gonna want to have head holes. Without head holes, you can't see someone coming down from here, and you have to swing them from over here, which is just, you don't want that if you don't have a good scope, like if I'm using the SMG-11. This is a tight angle to hold, and this has a lot of recoil. Also, standing by in here is literally gonna get you killed 9 times out of 10 because they can see you from all the way to the top of the stairs. But this allows you to watch and contest top bunker. Now, you need to have a mirror here. There's no world where you do not have a mirror here. If you don't, you're literally selling. But you want to have it on the right wall instead of the left because that gives them, the other team, vision into all of this site. Not all of it, but they can see a lot of this. And if they walk in from elbow, they can see almost all of this site from this right side. Also, putting feed holes here is really good because if you get pushed out of your mirror, you can make sure it's way harder for them to walk through this door. A lot of people like reinforce this wall, but I feel like it just makes it easier for the attackers to get through. Now, this wall, I say reinforce it because having this open doesn't do anything for you, but having it reinforced does a lot for you. What does that mean? Is if someone's coming down here, they can easily just shoot Mirror off the mirror if the mirror hasn't been got yet, and you want Mirror alive for as long as possible. She's gonna be holding down all of this and tarps, even if elbow gets got. She can swing out if you make this a rotate, or just rotating around, she can swing out and take care of anybody elbow that's close to over here. You want that. That makes this a whole power position. It makes it way harder to take sight because default plant is right here. You don't want to plant in the other site. The other site has no good plant spots, in my opinion. There's nowhere you can really plant where you're not screwed and it's easy to hold. Even if you get a hatch, you can put it on this thing, but honestly, you can long arm it, and now they have to drop hatch to do something, and that's where things get dicey. You know what I mean? So all that being said, you want to have your mirror here and contesting all of this because it makes it way easier to hold this site. But this is honestly, other than getting the hatch, is a basic site setup. You need to have this. Also, some people like to reinforce elbow. It's kind of preference based. I think it's nice to have it wall bangable, so if they take elbow, you can just shit on them. There's no way they can hide and reload or none of that. They have to commit to the swing, and in Siege, commitment is everything. You commit to something, it could cost you your life or the round or the game, because this is a single headshot game. Other than that, that is the complete side setup for downstairs basement. Now we're upstairs. This is where things get devious. This is where your 1v1s are being held. This is where this should be an easy round for you in rank. Honestly, you really shouldn't lose upstairs ever, because this site is made for defenders to win. That being said, here's how you set this site up. Starting off with the rotate in between attic and dorms. You need this to be a mantle, and every site setup, honestly, other than downstairs sites, there needs to be a mantle hole. This goes for coastline and a lot of other upstairs sites. This needs to be climbable, because if they take control of this, you don't want them to just be able to just walk in. You want them to have to hop in and make a lot of noise, because mantles make way more noise than just walking in, obviously. But that's why you want that to be there. Reinforcing this right wall is really important, because you don't want them to be able to wallbang you from over here, or just wallbang you in general when you're playing in here. This is a safe spot you can sit, especially if you're trying to contest a window or contest white stairs. Also, now that we're upstairs, we have windows. Make sure you're shooting out the glass in every single window. Why? Because it's way easier to hear someone rappelling up or doing anything outside, like setting claymores or running around and rotating, than when their glass is up. Next, this hatch, I like to pop it. Some people reinforce it, but I think it's way better and way more useful. Because you made it this far and you're not subscribed, what are you doing, bro? Hit that button. Because the chances of you getting shot from someone down here are like slim to none, because if they're playing down there, they're not anywhere near sight, and that's really in your advantage. But it's nice to have if you need to escape attic if you get pinned back here, because you're fighting off this area, which we need head holes for. You don't want to get stuck in attic. That's just the worst thing that can happen to you, because while they're holding you here, they're gonna have teammates coming in to pinch you or working in the site to plant. So this gives you an easy escape, and it's silent. But the important is that it's already popped, so you don't have to shoot it in the moment and drop down, because that would be very predictable. Now it's already popped, so you can drop down, shoot as soon as you land, and now your flank is being masked. Obviously, you're gonna want to reinforce these walls, and that's just dorms and attics set up. Now you need to reinforce this wall. This wall is probably the main wall of sight, to be honest. A lot of players think that it's attic, but honestly, attic's a low-key a dead push. It's great to have as a flex push, but it's not good as a main push, because they can just funnel you guys in this hallway and poop on you. But from this, you have angles onto white, because it's standard to have head holes here. You need to be able to see anybody coming up white, especially be able to hold in a close angle like this, or a close angle like this with a shotgun, because when you swing, there's no coming out from that. But this wall will give them eyes on top white, attic, and anyone sitting in this area, which is another power position, because if they take this, they're able to get the default plant, which is right here on top of the food ball table, and beat you. But we don't want that to happen, so we're gonna reinforce both of those and just have someone playing in here and an armory. But what a lot of people don't talk about in tip videos when it comes to site setups is that the area around site, this is all real estate. It's just like a game of chess where you don't want them getting that close to your king or your queen. That being said, you don't want them to be able to get just right around sight and be able to just take ones with everybody around here. You want them to have to fight for this area and fight for this area and fight for this area, because by then they're going to lose half their team if you play this correctly. It's way easier to defend a site when there's only 2 people attacking the actual objective to get a bomb down, especially if you have more people than them. So if 1 of y'all or 2 of y'all die, then they die as well, you win the round because you have more people alive. It's simple logic. So you want to make this way harder for them to push. I like to put head holes here, maybe a mute jammer, observation blocker, and head holes along this, because this is just as important. You don't want them to be able to swing in here and take this, because then they can take this hallway, take that, and then again, it's a game of chess. It took this whole area off of second floor, and this is a big chunk of it. So now all you have to do is try to get in the site with maybe a smoke bomb there, and they can plant on the door, or come all the way over to default plant. You don't want that. I like to put a rotate here as well, because this gives you eyes onto white. Very small angle. A lot of them like to pre-fire this and they walk in, they don't got anybody, but you're gonna be sitting right here. Or you can hold this close again with a shotgun. That's if you have a castle here, or you just know that no one's here because the only 2 guys alive and one's on white and one's over here. You know what I mean? It's very scenario based, but having rotate here gives you flow in between sites, and also you want to have someone playing bunks. This is an easy angle to hold for anybody, and it makes it way easier to contest trophy and master bedroom. Also, this angle, and this angle for when they get in. You can get over here, contest closet. That's if you know no one's here. You can also fight here from obviously right here, or swinging this, or holding this. But this allows you to get a nice angle over here on white, and I like that a lot. Also, having cross match or any utility on this window makes it harder for them to push, and having feet holes here makes it where you can confirm that kill, or when they hop in, they have to fight someone that's already sitting right here. They don't know exactly where you're at. You can be close, you could be far, you could be right here against the wall, and they have no idea. So that's honestly the basic site setup for top floor Oregon. First operator you're gonna start off with is Fenrir. Fenrir has some devious spots, but placing a gadget right around here, look at that radius. Unless they come over to this door and like try to wiggle in, they're getting hit by this, and that's all that matters when you have someone playing in here, someone holding the door here, maybe with a deployable. That's all you really need. That's a really simple spot, but also you gotta think about it, it's gonna be way harder to shoot this because you have to worry about the prongs that stick out when you activate it. It's way harder to shoot this thing with these little prongs sticking out, so they're more likely to miss. Also, you can't really see where it's coming from, so unless they droned it out, they're not gonna know where it's at. But that's a simpler one. Coming over here to master bedroom, you have this. Push this in, throw that right there. There's no way. How do you, in what world are you gonna know where to shoot? They might shoot in there. They're gonna have to waste so much ammo to get rid of this if they don't have bombs, grenades, or anything. Also, they're more likely to not even know that it's in there. So honestly, the Fenrir playing in this hallway with head holes, Ubisoft, what is this, bro? What is this? But anyways, playing this with head holes over here makes it way easier to keep control of trophy and master bedroom. This next one's for white, because a lot of people like to rush up white really quickly to take sight, or try to take ones and make something happen. Well, let's shut that shit down immediately. You're gonna throw this against this suitcase, and that covers everything over here. And coming from the attacker's point of view, you do not want to have to try to deal with this, because unless you join it out, you're not gonna know it's there. You're gonna be looking up here, left, right, and you have a chance of missing it with a grenade when it being tucked in between this. That being said, this is a really good Fenrir spot that you're gonna want to use more in ranks. Last but not least, coming into here, a lot of people like to put it right here, but honestly, if they've made it that far in the attic, it's too late. They probably already caught a body on whoever's playing in here already, and then they're working on getting another one. That's the big mistake I see a lot of low elo players do, is putting their gadgets at a point where if they're already made it that far, it's over. So I like to put mine up here on this light fixture, or on this barrel, or right around here, basically, because at this point there's no coming back. They have to fully commit, and right around here is where most of the first gunfights take. So if you're swinging someone that you know is there, and all of a sudden you can't see anything, you're probably gonna lose that. Also, they have to come way over here to find cover again. So this is a really good spot, because if it's right here, they can just hide back and try to locate it, or run away and abandon push, which is really good because it wastes time, but it doesn't give you a kill on the board. So putting it right around here is perfect, because again, they can't get anywhere after that, and this is gonna be harder shit to shoot because they're gonna have to come here and turn their back. If you don't know, you can see from the rotate over here anyone sitting right here. Also, C4s, someone swinging door, you're just putting yourself in a really bad situation committing to shooting this Fenrir. The final tip, hey yo, what the utility placement. Oregon has some nasty spots for utility placement, and here's a few gnarly ones that'll instantly make you a champ level player. Starting off for Valkyrie, she has some insane spots for Valk cams that is super hard to find and gonna give you guys some free kills. Starting off with this one, you don't even have to swing pillar anymore, because you can sit behind here on cam and watch anyone that tries to push this door or come anywhere around here after you've lost this area. So that's a really good one. Also, another one is coming over here and throwing one right around here. Why? Because coming down these stairs, you're not going to think of looking for a Valk cam. This gives you eyes all the way up here, so you can also see someone pushing down here, but this is way better for a sound call, which Valkyrie's cams are way better used for because these actually give you really good intel and aren't that high of a risk of getting shot. Also, if you're getting spotted from here, you're not going to think anywhere to look. You're going to look up here, down there. You're not going to see anything. You're going to come back up here if you're low rank. High rank might still push this, but we're going to have head holes here. We're going to have holes here. Anywhere you go, you're honestly going to lose that fight because we now know you're coming down there and every step of the way. For the final Val cam spot, you're going to want to come over here to this little air duct. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put it right here in this corner. You can put it down here, but I like to put it up there because it's harder to see. But since it's in this dark corner, when it's off, you're not going to see that because in a real scenario, you're looking at people swinging you. You're not going to think to look up here for a camera. And then if you're yellow pinging, they're still never going to know that there's ever was a camera spotting them. That's just so hard to see when everything's going on and all the chaos is unfolding, especially if you have this wall already got. If you start getting red ping, you're not going to know where to look. You're going to be looking everywhere frantically and you're going to get killed every single time. But that's everything for Valkyrie downstairs.